Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornado Football. I'm Bob Else, along with Warren Altimore and Wayne Brokenshire, bringing you tonight's game from the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel. The Red Tornadoes host the Nanticoke Trojans, the first time since 1925, Warren.
Well, I stand corrected because I was the guy that said, that we hadn't played them ever. And
right.
Obviously we have, so I made a mistake. Of course, we went to Supper Club, and a few guys, I think, were at the first game, which is starting to worry me a little bit. And we played them 4 times. We're 2-2. We have a chance to go at the series and actually win it, start winning the series tonight against them. They pose a little bit of a problem, I think, for us. If you look at them now, offensively, defensively, of course, they're, I guess, 1-3 they came into the game. They won last week. They gave Dallas all they could handle. Myers, they won in the last 4 seconds of the game last week on a really odd set of circumstances, which we'll winter later during the game. But not a team that you expect would be a giant problem here. But when you come off such big games with Southern and Shamokin, of course, and now you're wondering, Big Red comes into a game like this, what's it thinking, what's the state of mind? Although there are no injuries, there are no problems, you got to wonder how they're going to respond. And I look across the field, and I think you two guys will have to agree, that's a pretty big football team.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Now, I added they were, until this year, a AAA program. They elected this year to move down into the AA standing. So they're a pretty good program and a pretty big school that we're playing right here.
Well, Ziolkowski, number 72 for the Trojans, he comes in there at 6'7", 297 pounds. Their guards are 5'10", 207 and 5'10", 213. Nice-sized guards. And the other tackle, 5'9", a little on the short side, but 234 pounds. So a nice-sized line for the Trojans. They won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. The Red Tornadoes will receive. I've never seen Warren work so diligently, Wayne, on trying to find something here.
He has about 5 paper cuts on his fingers.
He has
all,
the
guys,
official.
I have the
official
sacred
Bible.
Book, the book.
Right, the Bible from
Phil
Gergen.
Phil Gergen has given me custody for this evening, which is almost unheard of. And he gave me the District 4 standings because you didn't bring them.
That's right.
And I have now found them, ladies and gentlemen. I'm now back. Here they are. I'm ready to go with them when I need to. There. Hannah.
We're going to start this one tonight. Nanticoke kicking off, bounces, it's a squibber, and picked up by Veach on about the 20-yard line, and he'll be down there on the 22-yard line. So an excellent kick by the Trojans. First time for someone to try squibbing it across, and did a great job of getting it down there and only showing about a 2-yard gain for the Red Tornadoes on the kickoff. First down and 10 Red Tornadoes. Starting lineup for the Red Tornadoes. At center, number 75, Jonathan Else. At the guards, number 65, Rick Harris, and number 66, Joe Chicatano. At the tackle, 76, Mike Boyer, and the other tackle, 56, Gary Dunn. Karnaski to Veach. Finds some running room right up the middle for about 5 yards. Tight end, Eric Higgins, number 83. The split end, number 30, Sean Jamin. At quarterback, number 6, Vic Karnaski. At tailback, number 22, Brett Veach. At slot back, number 27, Dave Evans, and at fullback, 41, Joe Costello.
Now, we have a little feeling out going now. Again, we were not all that familiar, although we did scout them, obviously. We know what defense and offense they're going to do, but it's hard to get a feel for a team that you've never seen before.
Costello on the quick opener off the left side, finds lots of running room, and gets to about the 49-yard line. First down and 10 Red Tornadoes. Nice hole by the left side of the Red Tornado line with Gary Dunn and Rick Harris.
Obviously, Cassidy has a feel for them, and he's done feeling them out, so that's done.
That's it.
Yeah,
I think it was
that phase of the game's over.
In the middle when they flipped the coin, the shaking of the hands, he did everything. That was it right there.
So we don't need to worry about that so much. Again, and this is a recurring theme throughout every game you'll play. Expect that Mount Carmel area will be substantially quicker and faster on the field than will the Trojans.
Karnaski hits Jamin. Nice outside. There goes Sean. He's down to about the 30-yard line. First down and 10 Red Tornadoes. Nice quick pass. Good blocking by the Red Tornado line, and they're coming out on fire tonight.
Well, here's the case. 2 plays right away. One to Costello and one to Jamin. And you look at Nanticoke, and Nanticoke reads the paper just like everybody else does, and you're seeing one key man, they're Veach, picking up, 100 yards for the last 4 games. You're keying on him, leaves everybody else open.
Hand off to Veach. Tries cutting it back in the middle. Initial hit in there. Looks like number 77 in on the tackle, which is Dustin Bernatovich. That was one I didn't even practice. Where do you see some of these names tonight?
No, I don't want to see them. I want to hear them.
I even have them sort of phonetically spelled.
I noticed that. You're you're definitely going at it.
Second down and 7 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Karnaski hands off to Costello.
Beautiful.
Big hole up the right side. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Joe Costello picks up about 70 yards on that drive, I think. Maybe 60 yards on that drive.
He had a big drive. He picked up as many yards as he usually does in a game on the opening drive right now.
You know, he looked like a halfback about the 10-yard line of defender.
that
He
burst?
moved the ball
Yeah.
over, everything.
You
know?
see that burst of
Yes.
speed, though, when he split the two guys? And that's unusual for a guy his size.
Oh, boy.
Hold him.
Get
They've
it over
set
there.
up for the fake. And there it goes. Dave Evans takes it in for 2. Good job by the Red Tornadoes this time, and they pick up the 2 points, and Nanticoke was definitely not ready for that play.
I could be wrong,
Which
but
they should have been ready for.
Nanticoke looks like they're definitely not ready for most anything right now. They're not really fired up over there. They're kind of moping around already. It's a quick 8-0. There's still 9:55 to go in the first quarter, so I wonder, I mean, it could be a real long game if they don't get their helmets on and get at this thing. They look almost timid, to tell you the truth, and that's unusual.
Right. The Red Tornado cheerleaders you just saw on the screen, and Warren, you're going to
They're coming up into
Come
the
up here
booth,
and
guys. They're coming up in the booth
talk
tonight.
to them tonight.
So I hope everybody's wearing clean clothes and everything.
Red
We're not gonna
Tornado
embarrass
Band
ourselves
did an
tonight.
excellent job tonight before the game, and we see them playing right
they
there.
They always do. And we'll feature them in another home game before the season's over. We'll get to the band. We try to get to everyone as we go through. We'll also have an update probably next week if we can on the cross-country teams. Check out what they're doing out there, what we're doing in other sports here at Mount Carmel area. So
This
posted.
year, the first time, golf.
And golf,
Also.
That's
absolutely,
right.
yes.
Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes will be number 64, Mike Sinkovich. Another squibber, puts it right down the middle, bouncing around, picked up by number 40, Ron Bruza, and he brings it, and a big hit by 64, Mike Sinkovich. And Cinco seems to read that one. He knows where he kicks the ball, and he goes, makes the tackle. Great job by Sinkovich.
He does get down awful quick all the time for the kicker. And
He does.
The thing that's odd about the kicker here, though, is that he's not the safety valve. He doesn't
They
have
let him go.
He doesn't have the speed for the safety valve, so he's actually crashing down and going after the ball carrier, where normally the kicker would be the guy hanging back a little bit and making sure nobody breaks a big one.
Hand off to 32, Dietz tries it up the middle. Nice tackle by Boyer in there. Also 83, Eric Higginson hanging on at the bottom of the pile. Initial hit, 41, Joe Costello.
What do they have on their helmets, Wayne?
A Trojan.
Is that what it is?
No.
Very
A
good.
big N.
Oh, big N.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I would assume in the middle going across is Trojans.
I noticed that we call them Nanticoke, but they're listed officially as Greater
They're
Nanticoke
Nanticoke
Area
Area.
High School. So
Back to pass. Looks over the middle. Little bit high to his tight end, but a nice pass by number 11, Jason McDermott. And just slipped out a little bit to number 99, Mark Welch. But they'll come back with that one again.
no, I don't know, because Montgomery put a little touch on
Good
the back
hit
there
on
that
him, right.
whacked him to the ground when he went up. So he'll be thinking twice where he leaves his feet again in that area.
9:10 left in the first quarter. Third down and 8 for the Trojans, and a big play here. Fake to Biankowski. McDermott hits number 99, and first down for the Trojans. Tackle made by 41, Joe Costello, but again to the tight end, and you saw how he cut across. They came back to him again, Warren.
Yeah, nice. That was a nice play, it really was. Now, the key to that play was that he had time to throw. Now, obviously, Nanticoke has looked at films and said to themselves, one of the best defenses we'll see ever. So let's not drop back in the pocket and wish for a death sentence.
Right.
let's roll the quarterback out, and that's exactly what I think you'll see them do most of the game, is keep him moving a little bit so he's not such a stationary target.
McDermott. Big rush that time by number 64? Yeah, 64, Mike Sinkovich in there. 32, the ball carrier, Tim Dietz, but went nowhere, about a 5-yard loss.
That was kind of an odd play in that he was so by himself coming around like that. He didn't have like a wall of people following him around. So I don't know if we'll see that play much. I didn't like the way that play looked too much.
Oh, it looked like movement, and they got it. McDermott back to pass, looks over the middle, hits the tight end again, tackled by Montgomery at about the 34-yard line, but this one will come back. Both backs were in motion.
A nice passing game so far for Greater Nanticoke, though, as they come out in the first.
Nice arm by McDermott.
Quarter. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we were warned to look for him, that he would throw the ball. Now, what they didn't know, Wayne, was how much he'd throw the ball. And I think they were wondering if, they were going to look and see if the game was going to dictate how much he was going to pass.
Well, I'll tell you, against Dallas, he did keep them in the game with his arm the whole game. That was televised on TV, and it was a very good game.
Well, you know what? They have a pass blocking line, too. They're big guys. They're not going to get out there and make the sweeping blocks or do real good on traps, but they can hold up people in the front there and give McDermott a little bit of time to roll and get his pass off. But they're going after the tight end right now. 2nd down and 20 yards to go. McDermott, draw play. Read by
Just
41 Joe Costello, but everybody else was in there also.
Now, there's eight of them hit him. The only 3 guys that didn't were in pass coverage and absolutely just could not get back in time to take a whack at him.
26, Gary Biankowski was the ball carrier, and he got hurt on that play.
This is truly the all-time name group I've ever seen.
They
went out and tried to find people
here.
They
actually beat Panther Valley, and that's unusual.
Yeah, this is one heck of a name group here.
Now, if you watch our defense tonight, too, guys, we're bringing Dave Evans up. Now he's splitting out because they have a slot man over there, but he's coming up as a 3rd linebacker.
McDermott back. Chicatano with the rush. Hits him, but he gets away from him. Now still on his feet. McDermott rolling, looking downfield. Intercepted by 27, Dave Evans.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Good play, though. Good play by everybody.
Yeah. Also, we have flags on the play.
Well, where that's at, it's probably holding.
Either that or you may have had a man downfield, too, by the time we got. I'm not sure what they were doing.
Frankie D'Angelo will make the call, and it's motion against the Trojans.
No.
No?
No, that was.
Do you have something else?
Yeah, wait. That's.
Backfield in motion.
I'm sorry, it was. See, that's the second now. Last week was the same thing, though. It's such a late motion call,
well, unless the linesman
we just didn't
called
see it over there.
We never saw it with all that was going on.
Maybe everybody's jumbled up. We didn't see, but it seems like a late call all the time.
Number 31, Jason Kowatoski in punt formation. Snaps back.
Oh.
Jamin almost. No, that's 40. Ziegler almost gets his hands on it. Evans gets the ball, finds some running room to the 41. Good block by Stevenson.
Good ones.
And another one by Jason Malakowski. And Evans does a nice job to bring it to the 42-yard line.
Great run by Evans. An absolute fantastic wax down there by Sinkovich and Malakowski. Oh, man. Ooh, that was a painful return for the Trojans on that one. Oh.
6:31 left in the first. Red Tornadoes in the lead, 8-0. They have the ball, 1st down and 10 on the 42-yard line.
Oh, Vic,
there goes Vic right behind Elson center, and it's going to be a touchdown for Kornaski. I'll tell you what, they read something somewhere there. There was nobody lined up on the center or the quarterback, and they went right through it. Jonathan Elson and Kornaski hugging each other right now.
Obviously, you need the center and the quarterback to be talking to each other. Now, Else obviously is watching this in the first series and saying to him, watch how they line up. They're playing a 4-3, okay? But what they're doing is Veach is dictating the linebacker spot, or not normally you'd find the 4-3 defense.
Right.
And the quarterback and the center watched it, read it, and boom. And that's one of the first few quarterback sneaks you see.
This is a fake by Montgomery, a pass to Higgins, and just underthrows him a little, but that was a good play, too. They're trying it all tonight.
Yeah.
With 6:18 left in the first, the score, Red Tornadoes 14, Nanticoke Trojans nothing.
I'll tell you what, you want to enjoy this football game, you watch our line. Now, there's 2 series now. I've been watching them with my binoculars. By the way, I brought them this week. But you watch our line. You're watching the center, Jonathan Else. You're watching the right guard, Joe Chicatano. and especially the right tackle on the right-hand side, Mike Boyer. On the first series of downs and on this one, they opened up a hole like you wouldn't believe. They're cross-blocking. They're picking up the linebackers and everything else. It's outstanding. We haven't quite run to the other side, which is Ricky Harrished or Gary Dunn and Sean Jamin over on the other side. But I'll tell you what, we are just opening up some holes. Beautiful blocking. They're sustaining their blocks like we did for the last 2 weeks now, and they're driving guys back. And like you said last week, Warren, they were shielding rather than just hitting and stopping. They're shielding as they're moving, and our runners are just running behind them.
Karnaski put on the afterburners on that run. Ball taken on about the 20-yard line. Nice tackle made by number 83, Eric Higgins. 32, the ball carrier, Tim Dietz.
I mean, how often do you see a quarterback run through a
Like
quarterback
that.
sneak that far? And how often do you see one that big and that quick? I mean, he completely outran it's, a lot of times you see a guy that big down around the 10-yard line, one of those fast backs that has caught up to him and is starting to get an angle on him.
Right.
There's nobody close to him. I mean, he coasted into the end zone.
First down and 10, Trojans the ball on the 34. Hand off to Dietz, big hit, 41, Joe Costello.
That's why Joe Costello's All-State.
Actually, if you watch both Joes back there, Joe Chicatano and
absolutely.
Joe Costello, if you watch both of them, they're looking, first of all, they're keying their halfback, whichever man they're on. And then they're looking for the opening in the line where the halfback's supposed to run, and they're plugging the hole. They're beating the halfback to the hole.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what's happening.
McDermott sets the Trojans. Try to Dietz, cuts it back, and he's not going anywhere. Nice tackle made by number 66, Joe Chicatano.
That's backside pressure that time. I mean, the hole's clogged up, and he turned it to cut back, and he cut back into the flow, and the flow took him down. You look at a Chicatano, and again, kind of an unsung guy for a lot of reasons, and not because of talent. You get an All-State linebacker, and obviously every film, everybody's looking at the All-State linebacker, Costello, and obviously a dominant force, has been since he's gotten here. But you start to adjust to him, and sometimes you can neutralize him a little bit, sometimes. But you neutralize him, and you got a guy like Chicatano who tears you apart. Yep. I mean, he just absolutely rips you apart.
McDermott was lined up in the shotgun, and he calls timeout. He didn't like something he saw on the Red Tornado defense. But, boy, what a firehouse opening here for the Red Tornado.
I think if you take a look at this team, and there's so much talent, you start to lose a little bit of a little degree of objectivity in what you see there. Now, take Chicatano again, for example. Costello is an All-State linebacker. Now, obviously, you're not going to have two All-State linebackers on a team, and that's only just the way that things are going to be in life.
And that's unfortunate because Joe is right there with Cassidy.
I'm going to say, put Joe somewhere else on another team. Make him a linebacker. So anywhere else you play in the state of Pennsylvania, and there's a kid they're going to be talking about All-State. I mean, that's how good he is.
Yes.
It's just odd to see this kind of talent all at one time. And you end up shortchanging some guys, and it was mentioned a couple of times that there's so much talent, you're not seeing everybody, and they're all doing such a great job that you get used to it. By mid-season, it's just kind of a thing you're used to seeing.
It gets to be a blur.
Right. It doesn't seem outstanding when it really is.
Third down and 10 for the Trojans after the timeout. McDermott rolls a little right. Joe Chicatano. Talk about
There
him,
it
and he
is.
comes up with a big play.
Well,
You know what it is? He has the headset in his helmet, and he heard us talking.
I mean, first of all, I'm the quarterback over there. Who's number 26? Let me look at your
That's
sheet.
Dietz.
When I get up to the
No,
sidelines,
I'm sorry. That's Biankowski.
when I get to the sidelines, me and Mr. Biankowski are going to have a long, hard talk because that was like, hey, how you doing, Joe? Yeah, go ahead on and kill him.
I think we're going for this one, guys.
This is Dietz back to punt, and we went after it. Bounces on about the 49-yard line and goes out of bounds at about the 47. Big rush that time by the Red Tornadoes. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. The ball looks like about the 46-yard line.
Admittedly, you're not gonna stop him all the way, but you got to get in his way at least, or he's gonna kill that kid. I'm starting to worry here about the backfield. They're not doing much blocking at all.
4:12 left in the first quarter. 14-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead. Evans and Jamin split far right. Karnaski fakes, Back to throw. Big rush that time by the number 40 in on the tackle, and that's Ron Bruza.
You know, if you go back to our defense again, at the beginning of the season, if you remember, we were talking that, we have a few new kids in there. Jason Malakowski for one and Montgomery for the other one. And now, at this point in the season, they're like veterans.
Yeah.
The two of them are just playing outstanding. We knew what the other ones can do, And, there's just...
Hand out to Veach, takes it out around the left side. Nice tackle made by number 99, Mark Welch.
Here's a game now. Obviously, you're in early control at least. This is a game you really should look at that defense, and maybe that's what we should do. Is we got so used to this, having such a high-powered offense, you're scoring tons of points, you're wiping people out, but you're missing what could be, at least in the last 25 or 30 years, one of the best defensive teams
right.
on the football field you're ever going to see in high school.
And here's the key is our number one nose guard, who has proved himself last year as a freshman.
Exactly.
Evans is on the sideline with a broken hand.
Yeah, he won't return for a couple of games yet.
3rd and 9. Karnatsky lets it go, and Higgins catches the ball in the 29 to the 25. First down, Red Tornadoes. Nice pass that time by Karnatsky. Good line blocking. Great catch by Eric Higgins.
And there's another example of a kid you don't read it. We're not saying his name. You're not seeing his name that much. But take a look at his end play. Now, I'm only going on defense for now.
Yep.
Look at the defensive end play of a Higgins. Why you don't hear his name is because nobody's running his way. No one's challenging him around the end. So he's playing a spectacular game, only you're not seeing it because they're afraid to go near him.
2:33 left in the first quarter. Karnatsky, inside handoff to Costello. Good blocking. Gets down to about the 16-yard line.
Joey's starting to look like a halfback back here with the way he's making his cuts. And you're all right with our two defensive ends. You don't hear their names, and the reason why you're not hearing so much, they're playing their position so well. They're containing to the outside. They're bringing everything to the inside, and the middle of our interior line and our linebackers are making the tackles.
Right. It's really, really complementing itself down the line, though. And if you're an offensive guy, on another team, you've got to wonder what you're supposed to do here.
Evans goes in motion. Pitch back to Veach. Going to take it around the left side. Lots of running room. And flags on the play as Veach scores a touchdown.
It's going to be a clip, though. They're going to call it back. That's what it'll turn out to be. They're going to call a clip down at the point where he broke free. But now, there's a play. Now, let's watch that play a little bit. You got Veach in the backfield, your main threat. But what do? You send Dave Evans streaking across in motion. Now, if you've watched any kind of film, you're saying to yourself, what could they be doing here? Because 1, he's one of the fastest guys on the team. 2, he'll tear your head off in an instant. He's that tough. Now, you wonder what he's doing. Now, if all he's doing is blocking, that's enough. But what if he's the guy they're going to quick throw the ball to or something? So now you got 2 guys out there wondering what he's doing. At the same time, they got to defense Veach. It's a nightmare to try to defense these guys.
And
it
then
really
you have
is.
Costello coming at you to block or to run.
And he's leading the thing. You don't know what he's going to do. So it's an amazing set of kids right now.
2nd down and 9. Reverse to Dave Evans. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Good play. Veach with the reverse to Dave Evans. Great blocking and touchdown.
You have to say it. I mean, I'll tell you what, the last quarterback, and this is the truth, the last quarterback that I know that would ever throw a block at Mount Carmel was Doc Recco. Doc was great for it. Pitch out, and he'd be the first one out there throwing a block. You watch the replay, Vic Karnatsky hit the tackle and put him on his back.
Snaps back. Kicks up, and no good. With 1:35 left on the clock, the score in the first quarter. The Red Tornadoes 20, the Trojans of Nanticoke nothing.
All right, I'm talking about Evans as I'm saying it. There it is. You see, now you got great blocking from everybody along the line. But look at the move that kid made.
Yep.
I mean, there's a kid. He was literally laying down by the time it was over. Never touched him, and boom, in for a touchdown. So, we need to be more careful about what we're looking at here because we may not see probably a group of kids all at one time with this kind of speed and this kind of talent maybe. And I think it's something you ought to want to kind of sit back and just soak it in once in a while to see what they're doing out there.
Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, number 41, Joe Costello. Cass lets one rip. It bounces and goes out of bounds on about the 26-yard line. Big hit by Dan Malakowski on that play.
Now, the thing you're going to see, I mean, now you're seeing, they're teeing off pretty much. I know they think they're in control. And again, the Trojans are not, they're just not playing a good football game right now. They look like they'd prefer to have a pizza maybe and call it a night. And they really do. And I hate to say that, but you can't hide this. Obviously, number 11, the quarterback, is McDermott is a pretty good kid, a pretty good athlete. The line, they're not moving at all. That front offensive line is doing virtually nothing right now.
First down and 10 for the Trojans. McDermott, quick pass, and throws it out of bounds. He was aiming the ball at number 26, Gary Biankowski, but a lot of linemen rushing him that time.
26 have definitely got to have a talk, because first 26 tries to get them killed, and then he ends up in a completely different spot than where I assumed the ball was supposed to go. So they're not going to be sitting together on a bus on the way home, I'm sure.
Second down and 10. McDermott tries to Biankowski, finds a little running room, cutting it back, fumble, but he recovered his own fumble. Number 60, Jason Malakowski in there. 64. Also 64, Mike Sinkovich. And there's 30, Sean Jamin actually getting him off the bottom of the pile.
You get, Jamin and Higgins, two rangy, tall defensive ends. They're now you're going to roll out and pass, right? Well, there's your nightmare, because you got to contend with either side, and plus you got to throw over them, and that's no small feat to do either.
Third down and 1 yard to go for the Trojans. Ball's on the 44-yard line. Tries it up the middle, and he did not get it. Initially hit by Costello, but down there, number 47, Steve Sinkovich, and 66, Joe Chicatano.
The names just don't change.
Still have Dave Evans getting up and Mike Sinkovich getting up. So really 5 Red Tornadoes in on that tackle.
Always in there. There's a short yardage situation. 4th and 1. I assume the Trojans are going to go for it. Right at this point, there's no reason not to. I don't know. There's not a lot of strategy
involved. Is this turning into one of these at the first quarter already?
Well, there's not a lot of strategy involved in what they're doing here. The ball's at their own 44. There's a little bit of a gamble there, but
power backfield. Oh, he didn't make it. No way.
There's no way.
He slipped before he even got the ball going, and then such a big rush by the center of the Red Tornado line.
I don't think it's so much that he slipped. I think he had to try to push about 400 pounds out of the way, and that was our defensive line.
Now,
the two front guys.
There's no push. Nanticoke has no push. Their offensive line is getting nothing at the point of impact. Everything is going backwards for them, and that makes for a long night offensively when that starts to happen.
Well, 4 seconds left in the first quarter, and on the change of possession, this quarter would have been over last year, but now Red Tornadoes will get one more play.
Mm-hmm.
Karnaski puts Evans in motion to the left side, pitches back to Veach. It's that same play. Lots of running room.
Right.
Nobody to beat, and touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Wow. Nice end to it. Kind of ended and began the same way with somebody running for a touchdown for Big Red. Veach's speed there was when you see it in comparison, it's amazing.
And you see as he's running downfield, you could tell he was, and usually his move is to cut to one of the sidelines, because you're going to cut behind the pursuit. He saw the two blockers in front of him. He split the two of them. He was making his move to the outside to the right, and he just decided to go right up the middle.
41, Joe Costello will try the extra point. Snaps back, it's down, kicks up, and it's blocked. Number 99, the tight end, Mark Welch, got his hand up and blocked that one. So at the end of the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 26, the Trojans of Nanticoke nothing.
And we take a minute here, of course, to tell everybody that you are watching WKMC TV. We're broadcasting to you directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School. We're broadcasting to you on a microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service. You're finding us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on the Service Electric Cable Company's channels.
Kicking off for the
Slight, but a
Tornadoes.
difference.
41, Joe Costello. Good kick this time. Puts it down to about the 9-yard line.
Oh,
big
Joey.
hit by
Look who that is.
the kicker.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
He was
jeepers.
mad because he missed the extra point.
Yeah,
That's what it was. He was frustrated.
What a hit.
Oh.
That's twice now. We kick off and the kicker nails the guy
Yeah.
with the ball. That's pretty amazing.
Kowatoski, the ball carrier that time, and he's not going to want to take
And you know,
another kick.
it's interesting, at least when I played football, when you were on the receiving team, one guy's responsibility was to level the kicker at all costs.
Oh,
Now,
yeah, we
you
just
did,
saw the kicker make the
but
tackle
it just
twice.
isn't happening out here tonight. I mean, obviously, either they don't have that rule with Nanticoke or whoever is
I don't
supposed to be
think with
doing it
anybody.
isn't doing it. But yeah, we've been doing
Usually,
it pretty consistently.
Right. It was always the middle man on the 5-man line right in the front.
It brings back a moment in time when I was a sophomore. I can bring next time at Shikellamy in the rain.
Boy, is that a long moment ago.
We're winning pretty big. I'm in the game, and I get put in on the kickoff return, which a man with my speed, you can imagine, doesn't happen very often. But we were cleaning up a little bit, you know. I'll get back after the play.
Oh, holding there.
Well, it doesn't go
Oh,
anywhere anyway.
Bob.
Shikatano in the tackle. Malachowski. Also Dave Evans. 30 Sean Jamin at the bottom of the pile. 41 Joe Costello. It's first down, or it's now second down and about 20 yards to go from the 16-yard line.
So I'm sent in, and now the coaching staff hasn't lost its mind completely. They told me to line up in the center of the field, and my only job is to hit the kicker. Thankfully, the kicker is even chubbier than I am, right? So I figure I got a pretty good shot at this guy. He kicks off. I take off like a bullet. What does he do? He turns and turns to glance away from me. I clip him. The guy throws the penalty flag right in my face mask.
McDermott to Biankowski, and a big hit by 41 Joe Costello, and Nanticoke is going backwards.
I don't think anybody wants any part of Joe
No,
Shikatano
they're not.
or
Yeah,
Joe Costello.
it's like don't hurt me, and I
Right.
won't do anything to you, and we'll be fine. It's not a really great exhibition of football on Nanticoke's side of the ball.
I mean, basically, there is somebody supposed to be picking up the linebackers
Yeah, well, you would think.
somewhere.
Well, for the other question would be, where's the lead blocker? I mean, the lead blocker's
Right.
got to be doing something as he comes out of the backfield, but not that we can tell at the moment. Again, really a poor offensive showing so far by the Trojans.
McDermott sets the Trojans, tries a quick one up the middle. Looks like Steve Sinkovich, Mike Sinkovich in there. Also on the bottom of the pile,
Joe.
41 Joe Costello and 66 Joe Shikatano. So the linebackers are everywhere tonight, Wayne.
Everywhere. They're everywhere. They're back.
Fourth down for the Trojans and a punting situation.
Now, the good thing about this is everybody's going to get a nice long rest tonight.
Snaps back. Jamin in on the rush. This one's a return. Taken by Evans on the 36-yard line, but first down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Good job by Dave Evans, though, to take that ball.
I think Evans wanted to live on the edge a little bit there. he said, maybe I'll take a hit here. I mean, he caught the ball in all kinds of traffic, held on, and he was hit almost instantaneously. But, if you know him, that's the kind of thing he would do. It's like, let the 3 guys hit me. I don't care. I'm going to catch the ball. And as I said before, on the sideline, is his brother saying, I could have done that. Good deal.
Let me take my cast off.
I can do these things.
I'll do it with my cast on. I don't care.
Karnaski brings the Red Tornadoes up. Tries an inside to Veach. Big hit that time by number 77, and one of the only big hits tonight, Bernatovich.
Yeah, the Evanses are, I always picture the Evans kids, Dave and Jeff. I figure how you had Jeff chomping on a piece of wood down there to keep himself busy when he can't play. And, you'd say to Dave, well, what was the toughest hit you took all night? And he tells you, well, when I got home, my brother hit me. That was the hardest hit I had tonight was my brother. And he's just working himself out a little bit.
Just taking the edge off.
Just getting that edge off
Yes,
so he can get back in uniform again.
Costello up the middle. He's on his way again to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
This is turning ugly now.
I'll tell you what. Again, if you want to watch the unsung heroes here of any football team, and you know that it's always the boys down on the line. Watch this game tonight. There's a play there again. Joe Chicatano, they were running a trap play out to the right-hand side. He pulled out and he kicked the end out to give Costello the open space to run.
Joe Costello in to attempt the extra point. Snaps back from Chicatano. Hold by Montgomery.
Nice
the kick is up and good.
All right, Joe.
With 8:49 left in the first half, the score, the Red Tornadoes 33, the Nanticoke Trojans nothing. And I didn't snicker at the score. I snickered, Warren, at how you're going to continue on for a whole half.
Yes. Well, I got the book, though. I got enough fill here to go a couple of games.
Fill tonight.
Let me take a moment to say a special hello, though, to two of our big fans and two real patrons of the athletics here at Mount Carmel area for years and years. Of course, Jerry and Andy Lasansky. Jerry's down at Mountain Dew Manor now, and of course Andy's at home. They don't get down to the games very much, but anybody who has been associated with Mount Carmel area high school athletics in any way, shape, or form for the past 60 years, know that their two names are synonymous with the program, and there was never enough that they could do. I mean, no matter what it was, they did it, and I want to say hello to them. I know they watch us all the time, and I want to wish them the best.
41, Joe Costello will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Taken by number 31, Jason Kowatowski. Higgins, number 83 in there, along with 40, Damian Ziegler.
21,
and
Montgomery.
21, Matt Montgomery. Good tackling there by the Red Tornadoes. Great pursuit.
The kind of game where the concession stand gets a lot of work, though. the band parents right now are wringing their hands saying, all right, this is a big money night. I mean, everybody's going to come down for a hot dog sooner or later. There's something to do here.
Are you buying tonight?
Well, it's the only way hot dogs will get up here, of course, if I do. So, yes, I am. I mean, obviously, I'm going to have to be the guy that does it.
Timeout called here, and Coach Conley will go out and talk to the defense.
It's not shocking, of course, but, you would think just once in a while I'd be surprised. Back in 1922, it was then just plain Nanticoke High School. Nanticoke High School had like a 39-game win streak. Cool. They had beaten Freeland, MM&I 112-7. They had beaten Hazleton 118-0 that year. I mean, they were absolutely considered one of the greatest teams to ever step on the field on the high school level.
Some changes in the Red Tornado defense. Costello in on the tackle, but 35, Brian Detry in there. 81,
76.
Mike Zavaric. 45, Ryan McGee coming in. 76, Mike Boyer goes at right tackle. Steve Sinkovich moves to a linebacker, and that puts number 65, Ricky Harris, at nose.
The Trojans had not lost a game in 3 years. They play us down here, not in this stadium, but at the old ballpark out on 5th Street, which was where we were originally playing football. And as soon as the play's over, I'll finish.
One up the middle. Nice tackle made by 35, Brian Detry, but a first down for the Trojans. Also in there, 37, Pete Avellino.
At the time, Nanticoke had 20,000 people as a population in the Nanticoke borough itself. And they were called, believe it or not, back then, the Nans, which I probably would have petitioned to change my name to the Trojans back then. It's like, let's go Nans, It's like my Nans is making pie next week, but anyway, let's get back. But at that time, train travel was really popular, and Nanticoke had chartered a train with 9 train cars full of fans.
Tries one off the left side. Big hit in there by number 41, Joe Costello.
Surprise. Go ahead, Will.
They came down and played what was considered in front of about 4,000 or 5,000 people, the largest crowd ever to assemble at that ball field that they were playing at the time, and ended up with Mount Carmel area beating them. Now, what they had said ahead of time before they came down, they agreed to 2 schools to say that they would make this like the Coal Cracker Bowl, and whoever won this game would be king of the coal region, because they were so confident that they were
coming down.
They were going to take us on. And unfortunately for them,
And
we
what was
won the game,
score?
and I'm looking for the score because I saw it 9 different ways.
It's
here.
probably under that black
and
spot
that
there.
black smudge here.
Second down and 12 for the Trojans. Tries one up the middle to Dietz. Nice tackle by 47. Steve Sinkovich and 66, Joe Chicatano.
We beat them 12-6. Come on, it wasn't under the
12-6.
smudge mark. It's right there, you see?
Well, that's
It was like a strategic smudge there. But anyway, one of the biggest happenings in high school football in the 20s was this particular game. You know, it kind of sets the stage now. You go from 1923, which was our last meeting with them, all the way to the present now. And now you see greater Nanticoke area coming back onto the schedule. And we're tied up 2-2 in the series, as I had said before, with a chance to make this one of our myriad winning teams. So
was the last game
article here.
1925? Was that the last game?
We only played them 4 times.
Yes.
So we began in, 21?
McDermott, the pass. Complete, but only for a gain of about 2 yards to number 88, Ed
24.
Blazinski.
Yeah, so,
All right.
and again, somebody will correct me because I said some of these guys I think were at this game. I'm not sure. 2 of them I think were the referees. But the paper gives, the Mount Carmel item gives it like a detailed account here, but I go blind trying to read it. So.
Yeah.
Fourth down for the Trojans. 5:35 left in the first half. 33-0. Red Tornadoes in the lead.
And, of course, if we played at the ballpark in 1923, everyone on the edge of their seat at home saying, well, when did the Silver Bowl open? Well, I'll tell you, September 16th, 1932 was the first game played a Friday night. Mount Carmel. Go ahead, Bob.
Dietz's punt taken by Malakowski. Breaks it up the middle and gain of about 7 yards to the 35.
Mount Carmel took on Porter Township in a game. I don't know who won that game, but we took them on.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the lineup. Left end was
You can read that?
Pahuta.
No, you can't read it. Okay.
Hold on. Just hold on. Left tackle is Richards. Strasser was the left guard. Hudak was the center. Wetzel was the right guard. Shipman was the right tackle. Korupchak was the right end. E.L. Haddock was the quarterback. Andrew Levage was the right halfback, and Gibbons was the fullback. There you
have
go.
it.
New lineup in here for the Red Tornadoes. Number 1, Mike Wojtovich takes over at quarterback. Hands off to Malakowski, stuffed in there, and we'll give you some of the other numbers that are in the ball game right now.
I just hope people weren't thinking I was reading
Giving
off
their
the
name.
lineup coming in now, you know. That was a 1923 people.
In there at center will be number 67, Jason Wojtovich.
40.
40 in there. Damian Ziegler will go at end.
60.
60 is Jason Malakowski will go at the other tackle. Ricky
Guard.
Harris stays at guard at 65. The other 2 guards
63
is
72.
Oh, Ryan McGee does a great job of coming out and not getting tackled. 63 is Mike Ravito in there.
And 72, Bob.
Okay, Jamie Vogler in there at the other tackle. Then 47, Steve Sinkovich stays in there. 21, Montgomery, and 35, Detry now come into the lineup. I think we got everybody.
Yeah, I think so.
And usually right now you see Al Bailey also, and I guess he's dinged up a little
Yeah, he
from
won't.
the
Al
JV
Bailey's not
game.
playing tonight. He took a hit at the JV game, so we were told at Supper Club last night that we would not see him tonight.
81, Mike Zavarik into the lineup.
How do you think he feels? He's looking at this team thinking, this could be my first 100-yard game.
Yeah.
He's going to definitely be bent out of shape that he's not going to play tonight.
Pitch back to Malakowski, out around the right side, cuts it back and gets the 5 yards back. Another flag on the play.
I don't know what flag that was, but I hope that's not on us, because if it is, it was a poor call. Malakowski had completely leveled the kid going across there, but I did not think it was that. It was a bad hit. And I think
That's a
what
clip
they're
against
calling.
the Red Tornadoes.
That's who they called.
Number 59, Aaron Geary into the lineup now.
Okay, I'm on record. I'm not happy about that call.
Well, you weren't happy about the call last week either, so you're on a roll.
Nobody cares about me. They don't care if I'm happy or not.
Personal foul, clipping against the Red Tornadoes, moves them back to about the 19-yard line.
So we have something for you to look forward to in 3 minutes and 49 seconds at halftime. our usual every year foray, the cheerleaders, and they're coming up here. They're going to be all with us. We're going to get everybody introduced, meet them, and I think I'm going to probably talk them into a quick cheer.
John Kalinowski with the inside handoff.
almost.
Nice run to about the 34-yard line, and one guy to beat, and he brought him down, but 88, if 88 Ed Gozlinski isn't there, that is an 80-yard touchdown for John Kalinowski.
44.
Third down and 13 yards to go. 3:11 left in the first half. Inside handoff to Zavarik, and that one doesn't go too far. Gain of about 2 yards. Jammed up there in the middle, so punt situation for the Red Tornadoes, and that'll put in 41, Joe Costello for the punt.
Of course, Zavarik, a guest again last night with Jamin because Coach Williams had not gotten a chance to talk about them at the meeting before, so they got a return visit. And, of course, the two new guys at the Supper Club last night, of course, the big guy, Bus Else, and the little guy, Ricky Harris. We had kind of the big and small of the group there.
Oh, big rush that time by Nanticoke.
Look at
Good booming punt by Joe Costello, and this one's going to be maybe down.
He puts
Yes,
it down on the 2.
at about the 1 yard line. In high school, you can carry it. It doesn't. You touch it. It doesn't have to be stopped. Like in the pros where you have to be outside the line. So good job.
No, that's just what the Trojans needed, was to be pinned on their 1 yard line. Me wrestling a gun out of Bill Jones's hand pretty soon over on the sideline, the way things are going for him right now.
Oh boy, they are about a half yard out of their own
It's not
end
even
zone.
on the 1 yard line. It's even worse. Wayne's got the titanium glasses trained on it right now. He'll be able to give that to you in centimeters.
Beep, 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 beep,
McDermott
beep,
sets them up.
They're looking for a safety here, I think, guys.
32 came out around the left side for a gain of about 2 yards, Wayne.
It was about 2. It looks like we brought everybody up. Packed all linebackers, left Montgomery back as the safety.
Number 80 into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes, Chris Cuff. Again, try one up the middle and only goes for a slight gain. The right side of the Red Tornado defense in there on the tackle.
Oh, you're looking.
Yeah,
I'm leaning in the middle of the monitor here for you.
Just for that particular shot. From up here, it's pretty tough seeing it.
New monitor tonight, folks. We're in the big time now. I got a new monitor.
Color, too.
And it's color, yeah, believe it or not. We actually can see what's going on with the other camera now. It's something we hadn't seen this season so far.
1:28 left. 52 into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes, Charlie Adams.
Castman takes a bow. He'll be going to Matucci's, I guess, in a couple of minutes.
McDermott. Big hit in there. Joe Chicatano initially on the hit. Helped out by Detry. Also number 80, Chris Cuff. And down on the bottom of the pile, Jason Malikoski. Jason put one of the black elbow pads on, and I didn't recognize him there. I hadn't seen him with that on tonight. Wholesale changes for the Red Tornadoes on defense. Fourth down and about a yard to go, and that'll be a punt formation for the Trojans.
The Trojans are just now bringing out the punt team. I don't know were they thinking of going for it or.
Number 31, Jason Kowatoski. Back to punt.
Either that or the punt team didn't want to come out.
Snaps it back. Oh, he kicked it into his own. Well, maybe Jamin had the block. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. That's it.
Well, he should have covered the ball.
Yes.
Why didn't he cover the ball? I mean, whatever happened to him, he didn't cover the ball. That would have been a safety, 2 points. Now it's 6.
Well, Jamin, I'll tell you what.
Was that blocked or
no,
did he
Jamin took number 19, who was the front halfback picking up the end, and took him right back into the kicker, and the kicker kicked it back of his own man.
Okay. Well, I don't understand why he didn't fall on it.
I don't know either.
I don't know what he was thinking there.
41, Joe Costello in to attempt the extra point. Snaps back. It's down, kicks up. and it's good. With 16 seconds left in the first half, the score, the Red Tornadoes 40, the Trojans from Nanticoke, nothing.
Well, maybe he was waiting for the half to run out.
Well,
Wow.
I'll tell you what. I mean, these guys have got to get their helmets on here. They're not playing football right now. They're going to get hurt. I don't know what he was doing there. I mean, by the time you get to the varsity level in high school football, you better know the drop on the ball in that situation. I mean, the Trojans didn't look all that enthusiastic to begin with, and they look less so now.
You bet. And
I
it's
mean,
getting,
I don't know what we're going to do with it for the second half because, I mean, truly, they could be nailed. I mean, you're concerned a little bit about a game like this. It's truly gotten away from the Trojans right now. And I mean, I don't think you're going to see anybody in Mount Carmel area, but who are you going to put in? They're all talented kids. I don't know what you do here.
Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, number 88, Jake Shellhammer. And we laugh a little because Jake last week when he got in this situation did an onside, but this time gets a kick away, bounces, nice kick, still bouncing on around the 26-yard line, almost recovered by 29, Dan Malakowski.
Yeah, there was so much controversy, last week, and they said it on the news at night. Why did Mount Carmel area, onside kick the ball when they were leading by that much? Well, we didn't. For crying out loud, the kid goes in. He had not kicked that often, certainly not that often in competition that we know of.
Not varsity level.
He was trying to, boot the air out of the ball, which anybody would be doing, put in that situation. He just got a little bit on the side of it, and it came out of squibber. And, that's all that it was. There's no way we would have been onside kicking at that moment in time.
McDermott tries one. Go! Nice tackle made by number 80, Cuff. Gain of about 2 yards for number 32, Kowakowski. And that's the end of the first half. The score, the Red Tornadoes 40, the Trojans nothing. We'll be back with Warren, the cheerleaders, and some halftime highlights.
And the go. Okay, gang, we're here for the best halftime part of the whole season for me, of course, when we bring the cheerleaders, and we're bringing them up to the booth tonight, believe it or not on the field. A little bit different because mostly we forgot the mic for down in the field. So it's not all that different for us. We have with us, of course, all of them, and we have a spokesperson. Darla Domboski was elected by popular demand in the few seconds before they had a choice. And we're glad to have you. Of course, we see you every week. We get to watch you every week, and you're not missed. You come to the supper club. Everybody gets a shot at the supper club, gets a sweatshirt and all, which we truly enjoy having you come there. What we want to do tonight is, and maybe you can tell us, you're going to speak for everybody else, and then we'll get everybody on the camera, is tell us what a cheerleader does before the season. Like, how does a cheerleader get ready to do the season? As far as, is it practice or?
Practice. That's pretty much everything. During the summer, we have to get the fence ready and get other things ready, like painting signs for the football players' houses, and just practice and practice.
That's it. Well, how do you get selected? Maybe if you can tell us how that works.
Tryouts are usually you get one part is popularity. Judges, we have judges come in, student body. Oh, I said student body. Faculty, and then our coaches.
Oh, okay. And then they all have a weighted vote, and then they decide who wins.
Yep.
And is there a lot of people that try out at one time?
Yeah, we had I think 20-some try out.
Oh, okay.
That's usually how it normally is, but last year we only had about 16 try out.
Oh, okay. All right. And then are you girls just football, or do you go through the year somehow?
We do football and basketball.
Oh, okay. And then somebody else takes over wrestling and
juniors do wrestling, seniors do football and basketball, varsity. Sophomores do JV football and JV basketball.
Okay. All right. Well, then, so your biggest job then during the season, now we get into the season, is keeping everybody excited throughout a whole week before the next game comes, right? And as far as you do signs every week, I guess, and it's a pretty big job all the way around.
Yep, it is.
Okay. All right. Now what we'll do is make sure we get introduced to everybody. So everybody take a turn. You'll start with you because you're standing next to her. Look straight into the camera, and you'll tell everybody who they are. And then we're all done. You'll do a little cheer for us, and we'll be done.
Okay.
You ready?
Right here is Kristen Cedar, Jessica Zarko, Christy Shirant, Amanda Matsura, Jamie Stelma, Amber Karpinski, Kim Ecker, Jessica Fedrowski, Debbie Stone, Brenda Sheeran, and Heather Halpin. And that's Twisty in the background.
All the way in the back we have. And what's her name?
That's Becky Court back there.
What's that again?
Becky Court.
Okay. We actually can give her a name, although people don't really think there's a person in there. But they won't.
It's supposed to be incognito.
Yeah, there's not really a person in there. Of course, we have. How's the injury coming? We had an injury report at Supper Club. We lost one of them last week, gang. It was a twisted ankle, I guess, in the Shamokin game. You're okay now? All right. We had a check up on you, though.
She gets overexcited sometimes.
That was our first cheerleader injury report ever at Supper Club, I might add. It was a big time for us there, yep.
Wow.
These two took care of it for us. Gave us the whole 9 yards of it. So you guys got to cheer for us tonight?
Yep.
Okay, then let her rip. I'm going to hold this out a little bit so they can probably get a better hear of it, okay? Why don't you just hold yours out like I am if you can, and then get a better hear of it.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're number 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're number 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're number 1.
We're back. Novotny has to be the best director we've ever had.
I just thought Joe lost his fingers for a second. I didn't know we were back there.
No, I wasn't losing his fingers.
I thought it was a lawnmower accident went on
He
there.
just shuts you up right away.
No problem.
And brings us back on, and he does a great job at it. So,
Actually, I'm getting along pretty good with him, too. This is the first in a long time, too. I'm actually getting along with the guy that's running the show up here. That doesn't happen too often. Which I don't know if that says much for him or not, that he actually gets along with me. You have to worry about him.
well, Nanticoke's going to receive the ball. They deferred in the first half. I think they deferred.
They should have deferred the entire
whole
first half
yes.
because they did.
Oh, boy.
I think they meant that we don't get the football in the first half when they do that.
But the bottom line is, as someone said just down in the stands right now, I heard one guy say, boy, they're a lousy team. And the other guy said, well, maybe Mount Carmel's just a good team. And I said, okay, well, I'll go with that. You know,
they are an excellent team,
right.
but this is a team that's playing without any desire out there. I mean, you expect to see something here. And I mean, I said that they looked like they moped around from the beginning, and they got worse as the game went on.
They're just going through the motions.
Yeah, they need to make some kind of effort here. I mean, I don't know how you're going to keep the score down. I don't know how you're going to do it.
Well, I think as is the case with Coach Williams, usually he does give his first team probably 1 or 2 series, and I think no matter what, you're going to see that, and he likes to give them at least some playing time in the second half.
He should have sent the first team to Matucci's at halftime.
Oh, big kickoff by Costello down to the 4-yard line, taken by 31 Koatoski, and nailed at about the 19-yard line. 21, Matt Montgomery, 40, Ziegler, 80, Cuff, and 44, John Kalinowski.
Kalinowski was first guy down, and he actually broke up everything, was rolling around, took a blocker out, and that was the end of the play. I think this is an important series for the Trojans. I really do. I think they need to do something. I mean, I'm only talking about the rest of the game. You know, I mean, I'm serious. I've never seen a game get this far out of hand this early in a game.
McDermott to Biankowski, outside, nowhere to go. Initially hit by 64, Mike Sinkovich. Dave Evans, 27 in there.
66,
Joe
Chicatano.
Chicatano, 83, Eric Higgins.
60, Jay Malakowski.
I mean, gang tackling, like unbelievable. 6, 7 Mount Carmel players in on every tackle. They don't all get credit for the tackle, but they all could have made the tackle.
Oh, absolutely. It's just, I said that Nanticoke just is really producing nothing right now on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively.
Second down and 8 yards to go.
Don't move. Your glasses have hit the ground here.
Oh, we'll live with that.
Yeah, I didn't want to see a step on them.
They're Jose's $5 specials.
Oh, prescription, huh?
Oh, nice hole that time, and hit by Matt Montgomery first, but then he still gained some yards for a first down and about a 15-yard gain. So a nice run that time by number 26, Biankowski.
Yeah, he was running hard that time. That time he did.
Danny Malakowski made the initial hit.
Oh, was it Malakowski?
Yeah,
it was
Danny.
First down, Trojans, and one of the few first downs they've had in the game. McDermott the pass, big hit from 76, Mike Boyer. Good job from right tackle. Also Joe Costello in there.
You know, we say it every week, but it's true every week. Last night, Supper Club was fantastic. I mean, capacity crowd again. So, and the thing about it, I think this year more than anything, is so many new faces, so many women.
Right.
So many women have come to the club and are having such a great time. I mean, it's really skyrocketed. I mean, it's beyond anything we ever figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just amazing to see the size of the crowds that we're getting there on a Thursday night. And of course, big game with Marion Catholic coming up next week. We expect another great crowd. Then North Schuylkill, so it looks like a big time for the Supper Club.
Tries it up the middle to Bienkowski. In there was 60 Malikoski, 47 Steve Sinkovich, and 41 Joe Costello.
And of course, I've been in Supper Club so many times that one of the waitresses, Lorraine, two things of bread on our table ahead of time. I mean, hey, come on, guys, stick with me. I keep telling you two guys, stick with me. I'm going to take you places.
9:20 left in the third, 40-0 Red Tornadoes in the lead.
Mostly to get bigger pants if you stick with me.
Especially to eat like you do there.
Yes,
Because,
going to
boy,
the tailor.
great meal last night. McDermott, the pass. Oh, Evans looked at the interception, just missed it off his fingers and makes the tackle on the 25-yard line, but Dave Evans could see the end zone on that play.
Yeah. It's funny. He didn't get the interception, but he still had a hold. He had a hold of him by one hand.
By his jersey.
He brought him down.
He didn't commit to the interception, but he was looking at it.
Often a play like that, you commit yourself in there and you look for the interception, and the guy will get past you and go for a touchdown, but not on that one. He wasn't.
Fourth down. This will put number 31 in punt formation. Kowatoski. Deep. Malikoski, number 29, and Evans, 27. Snaps back. Rush from Ziegler. And bounces and comes back to the 42-yard line. This will be first down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 42. And flags on the play. Let's see where it is. It's down here at the 39-yard line.
I didn't see what happened, though. I don't know what we're calling.
Too many men on the
No,
field?
man downfield. Isn't
No.
Wait, 12 guys on?
We must. This will be a first
Is that
down,
us?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was against us.
If it's too many minutes, well, that's going to happen when you're putting so many people in and out of a football game.
Well, yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't see anybody do anything, so it couldn't have been that, but I thought maybe it was a man downfield, but no. Illegal participation.
So that's an automatic first. Well, it isn't an automatic. It's a 15-yard penalty, right? And a first down for the Trojans.
Wayne's giving the Titaniums a workout tonight.
50-yard line, first down and 10. Tries it to Bienkowski off the left side. Gains about 5 yards, and they are putting a drive together with the help of a penalty. Tackle by 27, Dave Evans.
I'll tell you what is nice about the binoculars, though, is that you do pick up a lot of things that you can't see from all the way back here, especially line play. I just enjoy watching what we're doing in the line.
You get to watch that while we're trying to pick up the ball carrier. You get to see that and do a good job.
Well, I mean, they're infrared and heat sensitive, and
also I get the block war now too when I'm looking
full night vision. So I mean, they have all the things, and of course I think they have a weapon somewhere built in that I haven't seen yet.
Second down and 5, 7:15 left in the third quarter. Motion, they didn't call it. McDermott, quick out. Tackle made by Veach, but close to a first down for number 31, Jason Kowatoski.
I used these over in the Gulf when I was over there.
Oh, yeah, that's what I figured, yeah. And, of course, I understand that if that little button on the side, if you press it, that they become completely invisible, so they can't be captured by the enemy. Is that true?
Yeah.
First down and 10, Trojans from the 35-yard line.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm not pushing that button because nobody listens to me anyway.
You could be invisible once or twice in here. I don't know.
McDermott. Good play by Sean Jamin. He was almost clipped there, too, also by number 66, Max Checks. But, boy, I'll tell you what, that was great play by 30, Sean Jamin.
Yeah, they have their most success passing, and that's that quick rollout, and they're hitting people on the sideline. They've not ventured over the middle much, and again, I think they're not venturing over the middle much because of the defensive backfield back there, of course, with Veach and Evans and Montgomery and Malikoski back there. That's why you're not seeing them try to go down. And you haven't seen any team do that, really. They did come to their tight end a few times, but that was only for short yardage. They're throwing nothing deep over the middle.
Second down and 13 yards to go. McDermott fakes the Dietz, now looks at the short out. Good play by 29, Dan Malachowski. Gain of about 4 yards, but read very nicely by the cornerback.
He's the best athlete on the field for them offensively. He really is. McDermott has a nice arm. He has quick reflexes.
Well, early in the
feet.
game, they tried to go to the tight end. They worked twice, and it was over his head once. But then they just went away from it. You know, everything.
Yeah.
Well, a lot went against.
Because I think they were
Nanticoke
starting to hold that tight end up a little bit too. He wasn't moving as freely as he was in the beginning. And again, the tight end, you can't keep using the tight end because sooner or later you learn to hold him on the line of scrimmage and hit him a few times. And he just doesn't get into the pattern fast enough.
65, Rick Harrison at nose guard. McDermott back to pass. Rush from Boyer. Intercepted by 27, Dave Evans. Great job by the cornerback.
First time all
strong
night.
Safety.
First time all night he goes deep down the middle and
Right.
it's intercepted. What did I just say?
Well, plus the other thing, you have to look at their offense. They're running double tight end. They're bringing one halfback out to the side here. So, you know, you're sending at most maybe 2 men out on a pattern, just like they did that time. And like you said, you know, you hold up the offensive end from getting off the line there. That slows up the whole pattern altogether.
Red Tornadoes first down from the 22-yard line. Evans goes in motion. Pitch back to Veach, taking it out around the left side. Costello out there blocking. Nice play that time by number 9. 9 actually turned
9
Joe
turned him,
back,
right.
which was Sean Carey.
And 99 made the play there.
Right.
66, I was almost dyslexic
But
for a
still
second there, looking at 99 and 66.
A gain of 7 yards by the Red Tornadoes, though.
I don't get how much. You don't let me do numbers much.
You're most welcome to anytime you want. You want to take a whole quarter?
No, that's
go
okay.
ahead.
That's all right. I'm fine.
Especially with these names tonight.
I'd have to actually watch the game if I did numbers. I can't be doing that.
4:35 left in the first half, or in the third quarter. Inside to Costello. Lots of running room. Takes it outside. Good block by Jamin, and he's tackled on about the 34-yard line, but that's well over 100 yards for Joe Costello.
He wasn't tackled. He threw himself at the guy. There's a difference.
I'll tell you what. Again, we have to come back. We mentioned this in the first half on his 2 long runs, that he's starting to look like a halfback back there carrying the ball, making some sharp movements. We're used to seeing Joe Costello put his head down and run over people, and now he's keeping his head up and he's looking for the open space, looking for his blockers, and he's working it very well tonight.
Made a great cut to the right.
Yes, he did.
Evans in motion, picks back to Veach, taking it around the outside, makes a nice move this time, cuts it back, and gets down to about the 2-yard line. He saw Malachowski blocking one way, and they just got tied up and makes the tackle at the 2, but nice run by Brett Veach, and that should put Veach over 100
Close
too,
to
right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Close
right.
to
Yeah,
100.
you got
Which
it.
will bring us right into the first half stats. So Mount Carmel area rushed the ball in the first half 16 times for 252 yards, folks, in the first half alone. They were 2 of 2 in the passing department for 44 yards. Nearly 300 yards offense in the first half alone, folks. We'll continue after this play.
Full house backfield. Karnaski. Up the middle to Costello.
No, Evans.
Evans. Dave Evans, touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Individually, in the first half, Veach ran the ball 6 times for 63 yards, so he is over 100 now in the game. Costello absolutely over 100. He ran the ball in the first half only 4 times, but for 94 yards, his biggest production so far this year offensively in the first half. And, of course, the Vic man, the Cannon, 2 times for 56 yards.
Yes, sir.
You don't see
Costello's
that
kick
too often.
up and good.
Evans, 1 for 23. Malachowski, 1 for no yardage. Zavarik, 1 for 2 yards. And Kalinowski, 1 for 14 yards. In the catching department, individually, the 2 passes we threw and completed both of them. Jamin had 1 for 20 and Higgins 1 for 22. We had 6 first downs only in the first half, which is probably the oddest statistic of the entire
That's right.
first half. You've rolled up 300 yards of offense if you had 6 first downs in the entire half. Now we go to the Nanticoke Trojans. They rushed the ball 20 times for a total of 19 yards, less than 1 yard per carry. They were passing. They were 2 of 5 for 27 yards. They had 3 first downs. In a little individual stat, which Jose provided for us this time, as I should send you down more often. He gives you these little tidbits. We're talking about the 2 linebackers. You know, I mean, talk about somebody reading your mind. We're going on about 2 linebackers. In the first half alone, Costello had 11 tackles and Joey Schick had 9. So, I mean, you don't get any better than that.
Bouncing end-over-end kick taken by Biankowski, brings it around the right side, finds a gap, and is knocked out of bounds by Steve Sinkovich, 47, and 27, Dave Evans. But a nice run up to about the 42-yard line.
It's like we're getting some new faces in there now, Bob.
Yeah, definitely. This will be the next group, and they were in once already in this game, so we'll pick them up as they make some tackles here. McDermott, back to pass, looks over in the flat. Out of bounds. No, he caught it, but out of bounds.
He caught it out of bounds. Nice
it
catch,
looked like
though.
it was going out of bounds, but he made a nice catch, right?
Nice catch, but he was over the end line.
Second down and 10, 47-0. The Red Tornadoes in the lead. The Bees are falling, and you will see the Bees next week at Marion.
I can hardly wait.
Tried Dietz off the left side. Or that was Biankowski again. 45, Ryan McGee, and 40, Ziegler in on the tackle.
I'll tell you what, Ziegler made a very nice play there from his defensive end. He hit the oncoming blocker, spun off to make the tackle.
Yeah, he did. That's exactly what you want him to do. He took the guy on, and then he was moving a little bit, and he spun, and he was right into the tackle. That's textbook. That's exactly what you want that kid to do, and he did exactly what he should be doing out there. I mean, that's why he gained a couple yards only.
Third down, 5 yards to go for the Trojans. 1:52 left in the third quarter. McDermott, quick pass. Nice pass. Good tackle made by number 81, Mike Zavarik, but it'll be a first down. And the catch made by number 88, Ed Glazinski. First down, Trojans from the 46.
No, best field position probably the Trojans had, I think, except for they made that last drive. They were about as deep.
Getting down there,
but to begin with,
interception, right?
Nice.
Good tackle made there, Wayne.
65, Harris.
Ricky Harris,
excellent. It was a straight dive that time, and Ricky just came up from the nose guard position and made the tackle.
It was good to see Ricky at Supper Club last night. Of course, Coach thought back to last year, and
right.
I guess Ricky's kind of a special kind of kid. In his words, he had almost lost him, and Ricky stayed in the program, and here he is, a starter on a great team.
Try Biankowski off the left side. Vogler, 72, in on the tackle, along with number 35, Detry. Third down and 5 yards to go. 25 seconds left in the third. 59, Aaron Geary into the lineup for 65, Ricky Harris.
It's amazing, you get to see Ricky Harris and of course Bus at the same time, and talk about two different people there. And of course, Jonathan, great talk. We had to give him a 4-minute limit finally, and give him the hook, but he was really going for a while there. He was absolutely as great as ever. I had a great time with him, and I told him I would not have missed that for anything, and knowing he was coming. So I wanted to make sure I was at it, and he was worth it. But we had the two cheerleaders with us, and let me think their names now. We had the Cedar girl. One of them was a Cedar girl, and is it Halprin? Is that the name they're saying? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Had both of those girls with. Well, you'll know them from the interview in the halftime. The Cedar girl I knew from when she was there. She's a twin, believe it or not, and I know her family. And I knew them from when they were just little, and I thought, my goodness, I am getting old, because here she is, a beautiful young girl cheerleader. I'm thinking, time is passing me in a real hurry now.
Third down, 5 yards to go, the start of the fourth quarter.
Thankfully.
McDermott tries it off the left side, and that'll be close to a first down, but a nice hit by Ober. And
80.
Also in there, number 80, Chris Cuff.
Chris Cuff.
Take a moment again, ladies and gentlemen, to remind you this is WKMC TV. You are watching us on a microwave signal, WLX 267. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you are catching us every Wednesday night during the season at 8 o'clock, channel 13 on the Service Electric cable system. I like system a lot better.
That's good.
Well, give me a chance to test things out, you know.
McDermott on the pass.
Just
Incomplete.
a little short, yeah. And we got so many new faces at Supper Club. You know, and again, some people are coming only for the one. Some have come and enjoyed it so much are staying, you know, like we do. I mean, there's a core of about 30 that come no matter what. And then there's that 20 that are coming because either they have a son or daughter that's coming to visit us or they're related or they're just checking us out. But we had a great time. We had learned something we probably don't pay much attention to, again, is that our signal is being broadcast so far away. And we want to take a moment and say hello to people out in Bloomsburg.
That's right.
They're receiving a signal. Apparently, you had some real football guys out there who are actually watching us on a Wednesday night. So we want to extend a hearty hello and welcome them and hope they keep watching. And we'll try to keep giving them good football.
Biankowski with the carry. Ryan McGee, 45, in on the tackle.
Our service area is now out past Bloomsburg on one side, down below Trevor on the other side, and certainly into the North Schuylkill area all the way out towards
County.
Frackville
Yep.
and everything. So really we have a pretty big coverage area now. We don't always remember that we're talking to a lot of different diverse people out there, but it's good they tune in, and we're always welcome to have them.
And on the net, www.com.wkmc.
Yeah, right.
Up the middle. Oh, nice
play
tackle.
by Cuff.
Good job, Chris Cuff, that time on the tackle of Biankowski.
We're on the net. Oh yeah, you got the .coms in there. I thought you were actually. You're gonna have people tonight going on the internet trying to find us. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not say that. Bob Else did.
You know, I never do that. You know, we're in the fifth game of the
There
season.
you go.
George never has to cut me, and he's actually going to cut me once.
Do not go to your computer keyboard and try to find that address on the net. Not yet, anyway.
9:56 left in the ball game. 47-0. Red Tornadoes in the lead. Pitch back. Tries Dietz off the right side. Detry in on the tackle, along with
Ziegler.
40 Ziegler. And down on the bottom there,
McGee.
number 59, Aaron Geary, and 45, Ryan McGee. First down and 10 from the 11-yard line.
I'm telling you, this could be deep trouble. Computers are so big nowadays. I mean, everybody's doing it. You're going to have everybody on the net looking for us.
Biankowski, good tackle that time. 47, Steve Sinkovich. Gain of about 2 yards to the 9-yard line. McDermott, back to pass. Oh, almost intercepted by 44, John Kalinowski, but he did a great
he's as
job
close as
of
you can
breaking it
get.
up. And that one was gone.
Yeah.
That was
There
99
was nobody
yards
there.
in the other direction.
Yep. And if he hadn't broken up, it was a touchdown in their favor. So great play that time by Kalinowski.
And I'll tell you what, those types of plays, because you're looking down, you're seeing what the quarterback is, and you're seeing he's laying flat on his back, and you are looking downfield when that ball's coming to you. You just you take your eye off it just that 1 second.
79 into the Red Tornado lineup, Chris Hughes.
I take a minute. We had the cheerleaders up here, and of course, the person who actually controls them, the moderator, and keeps an eye on them and makes sure they're doing all the things they're supposed to be doing, of course, is Eve Lyash, and she's always in the background, of course, would not come up and and share in the limelight with the girls, which is her way. But a special thank you to Eve. She makes sure that the right ones are at supper club. Make sure everybody was ready for today, and make sure they're at the game and everything else. So a big thank you goes out to her. Another job that you never see but would not be able to do without. So it's good to have her with us.
Charlie Adams and Detry in on that last tackle. 4th down and 7 yards to go for the Trojans.
And this is make or break time, because this is probably the last time they're going to be down there tonight. So they're going to have to put it in or walk away.
7:53 left on the clock in the ball game. 47-0 Red Tornadoes. McDermott trip split right. Fakes the reverse, looks over the middle, and nobody there. Good rush that time by 59, Aaron Geary.
Geary put the pressure on, and I don't know if the receiver didn't get there or he threw it to the wrong place, but there was nobody there. So a defensive stand by Big Red, and the score will remain 47-zip. There's 7 minutes and 37 seconds left in the ball game. And after the next play, will give us a chance. Thanks again to Phil Gergen, who gave me the
Football
famous
current
red
year
book.
Right.
I mean, this is big for me. I've got the red book in my hand.
Tries it up the middle to Sinkovich, breaks it off to the right side, and gain of maybe about 3 yards.
Now we'll look at the District 4 AA standings as of September 22nd. Of course, Mount Carmel area now leads in District 4. They have 40 points out of a possible 98. Actually, they are tied with Wellsboro, who also have 40 points, but they can only gain a total of 90, so they're a little bit at a disadvantage. And they are playing a very good Troy team. Well, they're playing them on Friday night, the Friday before you see us.
Inside handoff to Ryan McGee. Drives right up through the middle for about a 4-yard gain.
So you will see some changes here, of course, with Troy playing it with Wellsboro. Now, Montoursville comes in at third. They have 38 points out of a possible 96 points now. Of course, they had suffered a loss, and that lowered their point total. They had the highest amount going into the season. So Mount Carmel area, of course, now in the driver's seat in District 4 and AA. The only other teams that you're concerned about down the line, of course, will be Central Columbia. Lewisburg taking a horrendous beating from Southern Columbia, so not a team you're all that worried about. And South Williamsport still in the win column with Line Mountain 2-2. Bloomsburg.
Pitch back to Kalinowski. Tried cutting it back through the middle. Tackle on about the 9-yard line. So this will be a punting situation for the Red Tornadoes.
Rounding out District 4, Bloomsburg is the only other team with a win with 1-3. And, of course, Towanda, Useville, and North Penn, also in our district, are all 0-4 as they enter the games tonight.
I wonder who Bloomsburg beat.
I'm wondering that myself. Well, maybe was it Columbia Montour, maybe?
Okay.
Or maybe I don't remember the win, but they did beat somebody. They have one in the win column. Of course,
and you know what? The red book has that in if we can find it.
Well, it'd take me the rest of the year, though.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to live that long to find everything he has in here.
Costello in punt formation watches the clock tick down. Snaps back. Kicks away. Bounces on about the 39, rolls to the 45, and will be downed on the 46-yard line.
And again, with all that information, Warren, let the people know how many people do come out of our district with the point totals.
Actually, supposedly 4, but like it was last year, probably 3 will, because that 4th team is going to be pretty low, and District 12. District 12, the representative in District 12 who has more points will then bump a district like we were bumped last year. We'll bump one of the District 4 teams and move into the state playoffs. So we're not sure who that'll be at District 12 yet, but apparently the way District 4 is going, that 4th team is going to be kind of low on points.
Hey, give credit to Phil Gergen where credit is due. Bishop O'Reilly last week, Bloomsburg beat them 20-15.
There you have it.
There it is.
I knew he'd have it in there somewhere. That he has 8,000 things in here, but that's the Bloomsburg win. And of course, Lewisburg, a highly touted District 4 team, but I would have to say that after the pummeling that Southern gave them, that they're not that highly touted any longer. Although they could still play a factor in the District 4 standings before the end of the year.
Tries it to Biankowski. Doesn't go very far. Maybe a gain of about 4 yards. Cuffey in on the tackle. And I'll tell you what, they have gone to this point with their first team. He's just making his changes now. In fact, actually still leaves the same quarterback in, it looks like. Nope, here he comes. New quarterback coming in
This is the kid to watch. In fact, Tommy Ryan was here at halftime, and of course he was really here for the cheerleaders, but he doesn't want to say that. But he was here at halftime and said to look for number 19.
Todd Bargella.
And he's a freshman, and apparently a highly touted freshman from up in that area. So he's someone you want to watch.
Well, first of all, look at the size of him.
Yeah, he's certainly a prototype quarterback.
Hands off. 40 the ball carrier for Nanticoke, which is Ron Bruza. Tackled in there. 35 Brian Detry, 80 Cuff.
And you know what's unusual, if you had been watching the whole game, when they are on offense, their quarterback goes at least halfway over to their sideline to get the play off the coach, and then they run back into the huddle.
Yeah. Well, I guess as a freshman, you're going to see it no matter what.
Even the other quarterback was
the other guy went
he was doing the same thing. Third down, 6 yards to go. Passing situation if they're going to use them here. 3 minutes left on the clock. Bargella, nope, they're going to come off the left side. Tackled by Ryan McGee, but close to a first down. It is a first down. Sinkovic also in there on the tackle and Cuff. But first down at the 34-yard line for the Trojans. 2:45 left on the clock.
Okay, we remind you to look forward to in the coming weeks, of course, are always, we will showcase the Mount Carmel Area High School marching band in one of the home games. That we'll talk to the drum majors as we usually do, and of course to Bernie, the guy that puts the whole thing together and does such a fantastic job. We'll hear about their competitions. They're probably now gearing into the competition season. So
fumble and recovered by the quarterback.
A lot to look forward to as far as the Mount Carmel Area band goes, and again, we'll keep you updated on some of the other sports that are being competed right now during the fall season. And just keep watching Mount Carmel Area football and keep you posted on how things are going with everybody else. And if you really want to know it, I said it 100 times, we'll say it 100 more. If you really want to know what's going on here and what to look forward to, of course, with Marion Catholic coming up, get there on Thursday night and you'll hear the whole deal.
Sounds great. Pitch back. Oh, nice hit by 47, Steve Sinkovic, and then he's finished off by a gang of Red Tornadoes in there. 63, Mike Ravito.
Sinkovic had a good block put on him, and he still made the play. He was being blocked as he made the hit.
1:27 left on the clock. Third down and 6 yards to go. Bargella pitches back again. Tries it off the left side. 55. Homiak in on the tackle, along with 35 Detry and 63 Ravito. 80 Cuff and 79 Hughes back into the game. 55 seconds left. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, you can keep the tune. Big deal.
34 seconds. Bargella on fourth down and 2 yards to go. Inside handoff and tackle by Cuff.
Hughes made the initial hit.
Hughes on the initial hit, so first down, Trojans on the 31-yard line. 18 seconds left. That's a 21-yard line.
And the Trojans are not
They're
going
not
to
run another play.
They're going to let the clock run out and call it a night. And I don't blame them. I think one play is going to make one difference here.
7-5. That's the ball game. The final score, Red Tornadoes 47. The Trojans from Nanticoke, nothing.
Much.
Wait for our man Joe to spin that camera around, as he does so well. Actually, that was a pirouette he did there.
Well, that's about it from the
Oh, guys,
Silver
look
Bowl.
at this. We actually see ourselves now. This is
That's
serious
scary. We have
now.
to say the new WKMC sign, Sports, WKMC Sports. They did not put Warren's Corner, but
Well,
what can you say?
Frank is just learning the ropes here. I'm going to give him a little bit of leeway on this one. Of course, Frank Losky is the guy that put that up there and provided the color monitor, which I'm thinking of taking home from my room. It's a little better than I'm using now.
First half tonight looked like a machine.
Yeah.
It was a machine out there tonight. We talked about it. We said we saw them do it in Tamaka. We saw them do it in Panther Valley. We've pretty near seen them do it every week. But tonight, for some reason, that first half, it was a machine out there.
Yeah, they were tough.
A great game by the Red Tornadoes on all aspects of the game, from the line, the defensive line, from the linebackers that were, like up here, way above everything on that, and just a great job.
Well, I think the worriment the whole week was being keyed up for 3 weeks, coming into some big games, and now you pick up Nanticoke, who had only one win coming in here. We were looking maybe for a flat game on some aspect of the field, and it never happened.
No, again, that's a true mark of an excellent football team, and it's a mark of the character that these kids have with them. Coach Williams keeps saying they're good kids, and he's right, they are. They know what they need to do. They have the pride night on a Thursday night. They talk about it among themselves, no coaches or anything. They pretty much tell each other that, it could be an off night. We got to be careful we don't lay down. Everybody's got to do their job, and they come out and completely dismantle the Nanticoke team. There's no other way to put it. Nanticoke was never in the football game. Never threatened to do anything. So you move on past Nanticoke pretty quickly. It's just a blip on the schedule now, and now you look towards Marion Catholic, a very big and key game as far as the AA standings will be going towards the end of the year.
Right. Marion has done very well this year. We don't know the final score with Shamokin, but we do know they have a very talented quarterback in Andrew, and we'll see him next week, and we know he will be throwing the ball next week.
Yeah, the Keys, of course, it's a Saturday afternoon game. We play them always Saturday at that stadium, and that stadium has traditionally given us problems. We've had a hard time playing up there. They get a big crowd. The men of Marion will be out in force, and they'll be going for it. So we look forward to a great game next Saturday afternoon.
Coach Conley, on the defensive side of it, though, seems to be able to get the defense up at Marion, and I think we're going to see that.
I'll tell you how good this guy is. Joe Novotny is this good. Shamokin won. He just whispered it to me that actually we know ahead of time now. So
Shamokin won.
Marion Catholic, of course, losing to Shamokin area, and that's only going to, I think, make them mad when they get to see us next week. So I think it's going to be a tough football game. And again, you look past them, look down the season. Right after them comes North Schuylkill. It doesn't get any easier.
That's right.
For Big Red. So they got their work cut out for them as we go down the season.
Well, that's about it from the Silver Bowl. It was an interesting game. As we said, Red Tornadoes look like a machine tonight, but we'll see you next week from a Saturday afternoon game at Marion Catholic. I'm Bob Else.
I'm Warren Altamar.
Wayne Brokenshire.
Good night.